What is in every single sales meeting that you have 100% control of, but if you choose it wrong or choose it poorly, you can lose all trust and ruin your relationship with a customer or prospect? The answer is your words. Your words are in every single interaction that you have with your customers, your prospects, your friends, and your family, and how you choose them. The words that you pick can and will affect the way that you move forward with those people. I want to come to you today with just a few things to think about and just a high-level approach to choosing your words wisely. Now, this is a topic that has been around for many, many years, but it is one that is worth repeating. If you've been here before, you've heard this before, thank you for tuning in. This really is a refresher for some of us, but for others, it is something that is desperately needed to be heard and to be shared with them. That's part of our obligation as sales leaders and professionals, is to give away what we have so others may know it and do well with the knowledge that we have. So with that being said, I want to share how to choose good words for your meetings, ones that will build trust and move your relationships forward in a positive way. With that, let's get started. So, moving forward, every word has some type of connotation, a feeling to it. Think about it. And I use that word feeling for a reason, because it's not just the meaning of a word, because lots of words mean similar things. But how they make you feel is a social aspect of our conversations. So just think about words that they have negative, neutral, or positive feelings about them. And if you can start to do that, it'll be an easy way to choose words that promote positive feelings when you're communicating with your customer. So for some examples, we think about words with negative feelings. And I'm just going to run through some positive or some high-level words that a lot of people use, and they usually come with a negative feeling. Contract. I'm going to get that contract over to you. It's a very casual word, but it is one that is used often, and really we should think about the feeling that people feel when they hear that word contract. They think of long-term commitment. I'm stuck. I can't make changes. It's a rigid thing. They think of buying a house, buying a car. That payment is set. You're done. You're stuck. Contract is a bad word. Signature. Let me get your signature. Another word that has very similar connotations, very similar feelings to that. When I'm asked for a signature, I'm feeling like I'm giving my firstborn away. So another word used very common. Obligation. We use the word obligation in different circumstances. Like, you have an obligation. After we sign this paperwork, you're going to be doing this, this, and this. It's an obligation. Or my company is obligated to this, this, and this. Even though it might be an obligation that doesn't refer to the customer, even if you say you have an obligation to something, that word is being used and it has a feeling. So think about that. Lots of words like that in our lives. Sales engineer. I'm going to have my sales engineer on the call with me. The word sales is a negative connotation feeling word. Same for sales manager. So when you think about these words that you use every single day, start to think about them not in their meaning, but in how they make people feel. So here are some ideas on alternative words that you could use. And now you could pick whatever words that you want, but these are just some ideas. Instead of contract, you might say agreement. Hey, I'm going to send the paperwork, or I'm going to send the agreement over to you. Instead of signature, I need to get your okay on this. Would you mind putting your okay on the paperwork? Obligation. Instead of saying, hey, my company has an obligation to do X, Y, and Z, say, hey, we have a service level agreement. Or, hey, this is your next step in the process. For solutions, for sales engineers, you might say a solution engineer. Something that's positive, something that is thinking about moving forward and coming up with great ideas. And then instead of your sales manager, say, hey, I've got my leadership on the call. Those are all things that you can do that are very simple. Change the narrative. Look at what you can do to improve the way your customers feel. Because Zig Ziglar says it, Brian Tracy says, a lot of these old school guys have been around the block for a long time in sales will tell you, customer will buy on emotion, and they'll justify through intellect. So it's time to remember that words create emotions, pick the right ones, move those conversations forwards in a positive way, and good luck selling out there.